Good afternoon, and good to see some senior faces now. Earlier, all young faces, students were there, but now we have serious faces. Well, before I begin, let me tell you that I may be behind the CSR policy of Government of India and World Bank and known as pioneer of CSR in the country. But after an accident, my voice quality was damaged completely. Now I have regained maybe 80%, but still I have some problems still. But I would like to be brief as Dr. was advised, and I would like to answer the 4 questions specifically. Question number 1: understand the potential and strength and corporate foundations in India. Corporate foundations, once you talk of, has 2 words: corporate and foundation. Corporate means is a business entity having all the characteristics of a business, and foundation is essentially of some NGO with a motive to do good to the society. How do these 2 meet? They have not met in the past. They have been charity orientation now. I have been doing CSR conferences since 2007, and the byline of my conference was from charity to strategic CSR. Strategic CSR is essentially to synergize the objective of corporates and the objectives of the NGO. जब तक you don't connect them on the top, at the policy level, ground level में connection नहीं हो पाएगा. It's not happening. Maybe Dr. Chatterjee has been successful in getting the law made, but it is originally from a draft. But that draft has not taken the complete step of law. The law doesn't talk of the vision that was given in the draft. Till now, we are still fighting about the issues which I had raised in 2007. Before I answer the next question, let me share with a real anecdote. In 2012, Scope started a CSR award by Scope CSR award. At that time, the minister in charge was Prof. He was we are talking to all the CMDs sitting on the front line. He asked the question, why do you people don't collaborate? The question of collaboration was raised. Then you took a pause and then you looked at again. Well, they are smiling. That means you have all the Megaratna companies sitting in the front row. They don't want to collaborate among themselves. Why? The NGOs don't want to collaborate among themselves. The corporates don't want to collaborate among themselves. How do you expect the NGOs and corporates to collaborate? We have in India a mindset of सब कोई अपने अपने दुनिया में काम करना चाहता है, अपना ईगो के लिए, अपना ग्लोरी के लिए. इससे विकास नहीं हो सकता. डेवलपमेंट इज एसेंशियली कलेक्टिव एक्टिविटी. जब तक कलेक्टिविटी नहीं बनती है तब तक विकास नहीं हो सकता. ग्लोबली देयर आर लॉट ऑफ कलेक्टिव कोलैबोरेटिव प्रोग्राम्स व्हिच हैव बीन ग्लोबल सक्सेसेस. When drafting the CSR policy for World Bank, I had to scan through all the CSR activities of the world. And when Coca-Cola collaborated with the African country's government, there is a collaboration with the government of South Africa, Coca-Cola, and the local NGOs, and they innovated a lot of developmental products to make a huge impact in South Africa. But in India, they are not happening. Okay. I can tell you what all are possible. I interviewed for my magazine, I think CSR is the first, CSR Vision, the first magazine of India on CSR. After drafting the policy, you naturally tend to treat CSR as your own baby. Then बच्चे को बड़ा करने के लिए खाना चाहिए. खाना is knowledge, not money. Development के लिए पैसा जितना जरूरी नहीं है, इससे ज्यादा ज्ञान जरूरी है. ये चीज लोग मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं है. So CSR Vision talks of sharing knowledge and information on CSR. And in doing so, in course of the process, I interviewed the member Nitya, who is in charge of technology. Now, the Atal Innovation Mission is working towards that goal. But the challenge is same. India was the country known for knowledge. All over the world, India was the leader of knowledge domain and the guru of the world. But today, in India, innovation is an issue which is in the background, not on the foreground. To create a culture of innovation, you have to get the support of corporate. Okay. Now go to the next question. Assessing their current role in community and inclusive development. CSR foundations are mostly limited to few domains: education, health, livelihood and environment. These 4-5 डोमेन के आगे CSR कंपनी जा नहीं पाती. क्यों? because the knowledge level is limited to this review, as Dr. Krishnamurthy said about the cancer care. This is the vision of Tata. They have contributed to all the major development challenges of India since independence, but not very other companies are able to follow them. One Indian student in Stanford University, along with an American student, have developed a machine which is only $1 to substitute microscope, which costs about 5 to 10 lakhs of different capacity. Now, if innovation can help, microscope can reach a common man in India, what kind of impact it can make on the health conditions of the country? But who does the development? If innovation is not supported by corporate India, government of India doesn't have the necessary capacity, both funding and intellectual ability. Now, if my answer second question, corporate foundations are limited to only education, health, livelihood and all, but not into other areas like innovation, supporting the process of lab to land. The ideas have been floating around, but not getting onto the ground. Fourth question that I need to answer, suggesting a policy framework for community and inclusive development. The policy idea should be engagement of corporate leaders in governance. But the challenge is in India, corporate leaders are shy of engaging with government. And Meera will agree. Corporate leaders don't want to go close to government. They have a adversarial relationship with government. And corporate leaders are not themselves trying to come close because they see the difficulties ahead. They will go to government to get their policy done to make money, but not to change policies to help development happen. In this domain, government have to come forward and encourage corporate leaders to come in. I will share another case study. About 10 CEOs of MNCs of New York City, they realized that New York as a city has gone down in terms of civic facilities. They wanted to do good and contribute to quality of life of New York. So they made the mayor of New York and wanted to permit them to work for New York City. And they were obviously permitted. But this kind of initiatives are not happening in India. In Delhi per se or Bombay are the two major metros which is housing number of MNCs or large companies in India. How many CEOs are ready to engage with the government of Maharashtra or government of Delhi to do good and make an impact on the city life of Delhi or Bombay? Not happening. Why? There is a mindset. जब तक corporate leaders डेवलपमेंट सिस्टम के लिए दिल से काम नहीं करेंगे, पैसा देके 2% खर्चा करके काम निपटा लेंगे तो विकास नहीं हो पाएगा. You need to have, मैं बार-बार बोलता आया हूँ, दिल से CSR करना है तो दिल से करो, नहीं तो ना करो. Compliance नहीं चाहिए. I have been writing for finance sector regularly on CSR and governance. The country is facing a crisis of compliance orientation. और PSU compliance करके बैठ जाए. किसी तरह कागज में CA को सर्टिफिकेट निकाल दो, CA का सर्टिफिकेट मिल गया, हमने काम कर लिया, जब डन. Impact कितना हुआ? Nobody knows. For me, 5 minutes is obviously a joke because I talk for 2 days minimum on the subject because someone who has been involved in CSR policy making for Government of India and World Bank implemented CSR programs of the companies and impact evaluated for a number of companies. And being the father of CSR or the first magazine of CSR done by me, I am in touch with CSR 24/7. So now I prefer to answer the 4 questions and then any question I am ready to answer. So policy framework should be increasing engagement of corporate India and corporate leaders per se with the development system. But as I know, I have been talking to government. Government is sitting very casual. I had a rather not so good discussion with Secretary Corporate Affairs. They don't want to engage. They are looking at the scams which are going to happen in CSR. And the Secretary says, I am not interested to be involved in CSR because it is going to create bad name for me. So proactive action कौन लेगा? Government will launch it, but government is shying away. So it has to be led by public now. Well, The policy, specific policy suggestion I can make, the CSR domain has to be centering around creativity and innovation. जब तक innovation creativity ना आए और CSR money catalytic project में ना लगे, CSR cannot substitute government. NGOs cannot substitute government. They can be only supplement and that will in a catalytic way. The CSR budget is only 15,000 to 20,000 crore. But the social sector budget of government media is 5,000 crore. 5 lakh के सामने 20,000 is joke. How can you compete? But still, nobody has appreciated the managerial capacity of corporate India, the leadership capacity of corporate India. The program which can be managed by district level or a government of state can be much better managed by a corporate. They have done it, they have executed. So that managerial capacity of corporate India is not being considered beyond that 20,000 crore. So my suggestion is try to attract the talent of corporate India, the ability of corporate India to do impact on the ground, and let them be involved in CSR policy or improvement of the policy and implementation of innovative projects which are not being done by Government of India. Government of India is not having capacity to implement all the desired projects. There are many projects which Government of India cannot do because of sheer structural issues. They can be better done by corporate India. But how do you attract them to come in? That initiative has to be made by Government of India, but corporate India can also participate. If Tatas can be a pioneer in number of domains of development in India, starting from cancer care to atomic energy to maybe education, one another, can Government of India not institute hours for encouraging corporate leaders who are participating with heart, दिल से जो काम करते हैं corporate leaders, इनको स्पेशली 8 आवर देने में क्या दिक्कत है? I've been talking to government, but there is not sincerity in the government as I say now. But I don't know tomorrow. And if I have answered the 4 questions, thank you.
Thank you very much for the excellent presentation.